Be excellent to each other and party on. We're back for another Legacy League, and today we're rocking the Nod. Phyrexian Dreadnought, 1 colorless mana. Put a 12/12 trampler into play. All you have to do is stop the ETB trigger that it has to sacrifice itself, and you can do that easily with a 1 blue mana spell called Stifle. Hence, Stifle, Phyrexian Dreadnought, Stiflenought. That's the archetype. It's existed forever. It's like the dominant archetype in pre-modern, which is a cool, fan-made format that I haven't played yet, but I've seen some matches, and of course it's totally disgusting watching this combo play out against, the cards that were before modern was introduced, like basically 20 years ago. So yeah, we're going to play that. And I love it because this deck puts all of your aggro player opponents in check. And it's also quite good against combo because we're rocking the Stifle. We're rocking the Dazes. We're rocking the Wastelands. We're going to slow them the heck down and beat them down. Let's talk about the decision to add white to the deck, because usually Stiflenought is either blue-black or blue-white. But I'm going to do the little girl meme and say, why not both? For white, we get Swords to Plowshares. We've also got a Prismatic Ending, which we can play because we're a 3-color deck. Can't really play Prismatic Ending in 2-color decks, can you? Not to its full potential. Black, we've got access to Psychic Frog. Psychic Frog is sadly going to be banned in a few days, but we are going to let Frog fly free for the remainder of the month until I think December 16th is when they're dropping the hammer on our Frog. And then we've got a Frogger, but instead of being smushed by a car, it's going to be smushed by a banhammer. This deck also plays 3 dress downs. Guess what? Does not like dress down. Saga constructs. All those Urza Saga gamers that are going Saga, Ancient Tomb, Saga, and just dropping a ton of giant constructs on us, well, they're going to be balling because they are going to lose their sweet constructs, and we're going to cantrip in the process. And guess what? If we instep a dress down, we can just play a Phyrexian Dreadnought. Just, yeet it out there, no problem. So this is the second way. And the third way that I'm very excited about, this is a new card that I just paid like 9 ticks for. Curie, Emergent Intelligence. I've played this in paper a lot, and I think Curie is really good. She's got Ophidian text in the sense that when she deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to her base power. Now, her base power starts out at 1. She's a 1/3, which is not bad stats for a 2-mana card. They can draw cards. She's legendary, so we do have to worry about Karakas. But she has this very cool power. Exile another non-token artifact creature you control. Curie becomes a copy of the exiled creature, except it has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its base power. So you can drop a Dreadnought if you got 3 mana. Then you can activate Curie, copy the Dreadnought, and then you can immediately swing in for 12 with Trample. And when you deal damage to them with Trample, you will draw however much damage got through in trampling. And that could be 12 if they have no blockers. Even if it's just like 5 or 6, you draw 5 or 6 cards. I mean, that's insane. This card is going to be cracked with Dreadnought. I've already played this in paper. I played it at my local, which is pretty competitive, local paper. And I went I think I went 12 matches before I finally lost one. I lost in the finals of the 4th night. There's just a 3-round tournament, with basically this list. I was playing a couple extra Curies. I just want to play one. I think Dress Down is more powerful right now because there are a lot of Saga constructs out there. And Curie is a little bit more brittle because there's still a lot of Fatal Push running around out there. But I do think that this is better than Doorkeeper's Roll. So we're going to get that on. Let's talk about the sideboard. So we've got 3 Grafdigger's Cage. We've got 4 Consign to Memory. We've got 2 Hydroblasts. I don't think any of these require explanation. But we also have 4 Orcish Bowmasters. If we're up against a control deck that is likely to have Prismatic Ending or Plow in it, we just take out the Phyrexian Dreadnoughts and we bring in the Orcish Bowmasters. Or if they are fully creatureless, we just take out our Plows, we bring in the Orcish Bowmasters. We can also bring in a couple Prismatic Endings. And then once we have 3 Prismatic Endings, we're going to be very strong against Karnforge style strategies. We're going to be able to remove Beanstalk and other cards like Carpet of Flowers. But this is also really, really good if you go up against Blue-Black Tempo, which is the number 1 deck in the meta right now, because Nethergoyf, 1 mana card. Tamiyo, 1 mana card on both sides. A flipped Tamiyo can be exiled for 1 white mana. It's pretty good. So other changes I made, if you watched my video yesterday, I was playing the blue-black version without Curie and without Swords of Plowshares. I did go ahead and add a Surveilling. We're going to see how this does. Our mana base is kind of stretched thin. I've only got 8 fetches. I'd like to have a 9th one, but with 3 colors, I feel like you need 3 white sources and 3 black sources, even though we're barely playing. This is the lightest splash possible, basically, for Bowmasters or for frogs, but we do have the Bowmasters, so that is another reason to have white, and the potentially 7 white cards in the 75. So let's go play some Magic. As always, I'm going to play a full league. I'm going to share my every thought, so you will have insight into how my decisions are made. If you find any of my decisions to be faulty, if you think I'm using bad logic or I'm relying on bad heuristics, please call me out in the comments with a timestamp. I will happily read any criticism you have. I will never shoot the messenger, and I will hopefully improve as a player thanks to your advice. Everybody else in the comments will be able to read your comment and potentially decide for themselves whether they agree with you and whether they think that you actually had the superior play in that situation. If you have more general feedback or decks you'd like me to play or anything like that, let me know. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to apply to the MTGO Creator Program. I'll be able to have access to all kinds of decks, and then I can play 4 Curies if I want to. And I'll be able to play a lot of other decks, like the decks that I despise that I'm always bashing. Like, for example, Oops All Spells. Like, who knows? Maybe I'll do a celebratory Oops All Spells league. It'll probably take like 10 minutes, and I'll get to understand what it's like to wield that power and that brittleness at the same time, right? So be sure to subscribe, and timestamps in the description. I've also got the deck list in the description. Just enjoy, and let's go slam some Dreadnoughts. Round 1, we're up against somebody who beat me the other day on Elves. I think it was like Nadu Elves. I think this hand is okay. Does not have a way to end the game quickly, which I would like to have against them. However, we have a Plow. We've got a Force. Dress Down might be relevant. At the very worst, we can just put a Tamiyo out. I think it's worth it. Our opponent wisely fetching around our Stifle. Forest. It looks like they're back on Elves. Green Sun for, yeah, that happens. I'm going to save this for like a big Green Sun, because I've learned that like in these matchups, you don't necessarily want to go after the mana dorks. They're just going to have tons of mana. You just need to stop whatever is at the end, whatever they're using all their mana for. Daze is a pretty terrible pickup. That's probably going to get pitch. I think I'm going to go ahead and Tamiyo with the Tundra. That way we can go Surveil next turn if we don't have anything else going on. Although we might want to just crack the clue instead. Here's a Nadu. This is going to get forced. You don't... Wait. This is going to get dazed. Now they know I have a force in my hand, though. That was bad. Not tight play from my side of the table. But I will... You always want to counter Nadu, because if they get even a single trigger, in my experience, they always flip another Nadu. All right. I think it's worth going upstairs. Yeah, we're kind of tight on mana. I think I am going to flip Tamiyo here. Also, flipping Tamiyo prevents them from being able to attack in. Like, almost all their creatures are... Oh, Stifle? No, not really what I want to see. I'm going to put back these lands. We're going to redraw one. That's okay. She's going to flip. Plus... All right. So, we're doing okay. I'm not, like, not happy about where we are, but their deck is capable of some really degenerate stuff. If this is a Green Sun for 1, sadly, we have to force it because they can go get the Allosaurus Shepherd. They can also get the card that grants creatures Shroud. I think we pitch Stifle. Yeah, my reasoning there is... Okay, bird. I don't mind a bird. That's not a big deal. I don't think they even play white, so I don't think we need to worry about Prismatic Ending. We could buy back a force, but then they're going to be able to attack in and kill her. I think I'm going to ponder and see what I find. I wouldn't mind finding a Dreadnought to just end the game. These cards are bad. Let's ship these. Okay, I'm just going to hold up a Tundra, and I will plus. I think the best way we have to win is just Tamiyo ultimating and drawing all our removal and interaction. This is a pretty big green sun. Oh, this is a natural order. Okay. So the options are, this could be for Atraxa. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do here. If it's Atraxa, if it's the other guy, he has haste, he can potentially kill Tamiyo. If we find a Daze here, we're stopping this. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to reveal that I'm playing black as well, just in case we need it. I don't think it's worth like holding back that information. Let's brainstorm here. Daze or force. Ho ho. What's the guy that big connect? What does he say? He's like, hey, hey, hey. Sorry. I think that is probably going to be the scoop. Maybe they keep playing. I mean, they could still have gas in their hand, but that was a high price. Yeah, they scoop. Okay, great. Well, that's better than last time. My goodness, they 2-0'd me last time. Just ran over my, what was I playing? Tempo, I think. No, I was playing Control. I didn't even have Wasteland in my deck. This deck, however, has plenty of Wastelands, which is good. So Cage, we're going to put them in the cage. I don't know if you've ever seen like the Mortal Kombat Johnny Cage, like the YouTube special. That was pretty cool. These come in, man, we can dump our entire sideboard in here, basically. I think Daze is bad on the draw for sure. Stifle, like they're not going to be able to stop the Stiflenought. I don't think they have any removal on their deck. I do think we want the Prismatic Ending, but maybe we don't. Maybe we don't want Bowmasters. They're not really drawing cards. I actually think it's fine to not have Bowmasters in. Stifle's not great against them, but it does enable us to win. I think maybe we could just put one ending in. Yeah, this is like I started out wanting to sideboard everything, and now I'm just, thinking these cages come in and the extra ending. My reasoning with the ending is we do need to be able to get rid of, sometimes we need to get rid of a creature. It's not bad to have more removal. Almost every creature in the deck costs 1 mana to deploy, so we can kill it on curve. I mean, you're always killing things on curve with Prismatic Ending, I guess. So, Dress Down seems like it's incidentally good. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this. So we're on the draw this time. Were we on the draw the first turn? I can never remember. I can confirm that we were on the draw. So we're on the draw again. We have the freaking cage, which is just insane against them. So I think our play pattern is Scalding Tarn into Tundra, cage. Now we've shut off probably 11 cards in their deck. We've also stopped them from being able to fetch Dryad Arbor. There's the white. So they do have white. They may have Prismatic Ending in their deck. That'd be super heads up. Tundra. I am going to Tundra here, and then I can just win next turn. Because I've got the Stifle. I can't win, but I can present a Dreadnought next turn. But I do think it's important to go ahead and get this on the table. And if they do have a Prismatic Ending and they use it on that, then I'm going to get them with the Dreadnought. This hand is just nutty. This is a really strong hand. Cradle. All dressed up. Where are you going? They're going to have a ton of mana. But I'm going to have a 12/12 Trampler. They're hitting me for 1 mana. 1 life. I'm going to be hitting them for 12. I think we're okay. There's another one. All right. This is where we do a gambit. My suspicion is if they're going to get rid of this, they're probably going to get rid of it with like a Boseiju. We'll get a land, and then we will be able to potentially stifle some degeneracy. They could just natural jam a Craterhoof Behemoth, but I'll have a Dreadnought in play. I don't think it's going to be that bad. So yeah, I'm going to do this. Boop. Beep. They're pausing, contemplating how they could have been so unlucky to be queued against this monstrosity. This is what happens when you don't play Plow, you don't play Force. You bring it upon yourself We'll see. Maybe they are playing Plow. Okay. They're playing Plow, then life will go on. But we do have plenty of counterplay. I mean, we could draw another enabler. We got a second Dreadnought. We do have to hit them twice. They could just dump a bunch of power into play, and then that could slow us down dramatically. Here's green. Shep. They can make this Shep bigger. 4, 5, 6. Oh no, is this a Traxa? Is this Natty Traxa? It is. All right, well, I do have a Plow for her. They haven't played the land. Okay, so the cards revealed. Court of Calling, Nomad's Encore, Court of Calling, Guy's Cradle, Tropical Island, Noble Hierarch, Dryad Arbor Endurance, and Dryad Arbor Endurance. Okay, so I'm going to Plow, and I'm just going to swing in. And if they keep the Cradle, then there's no point in wasting it. But if they don't keep a Cradle, I am going to waste. Unless I draw a Stifle. If I draw a Stifle, I'm just going to swing. Well, no, I can't swing in. They'll gain 7 life. I do need to remove the Atraxa from the table. Okay, they do Legend Roll the Cradle. So the cards they kept were Court of Calling, Guy's Cradle, Nomad's Encore. Only 3 cards. That's not bad. Nantuko. They do have the mana to reproduce her. Damn, this sucks. Yeah, they're going to be able to just keep doing this. My goodness, this is broken. Okay. Oh, they don't have a land drop. They don't have a land drop. Okay, they have tons of mana. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's in their hand. They have a Court of Calling, which can get nothing because I have the card out. And they kept Guy's Cradle and Nomad Encore. They do have a Nomad, which for some reason isn't showing up here. So we'll just remember Court of Calling, Nomad, and then they they already Legend Rolled the Cradle, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay. They bought themselves a turn for sure. I think Cradle's going to produce so much mana that we do have to get rid of it. Yeah, let's go ahead and just Plow this. Gain 8 life. Not bad. I am going to go ahead. Do I want to play out the Tamiyo, or do I just want to look for another card that I can use to enable? I'm not going to be able to do anything with the Ponder. I think it's fine to go ahead and play out Tamiyo just so I've got like a different angle that I'm attacking on. Also, this is a blocker in case they like do have like some big fatty that they're going to put in play. I'm going to swing. They are going to get lots of blockers, but it shouldn't matter because trample there's nothing you can do to prevent the trample. You just have to throw things in front of it. And let's go ahead and hit this now so they can't pump their squad. Their squad being this. This is the only elf. Nomad. Okay. Even if they go off here, they're going to need a lot of power to stop me. Another Shep. Okay. I am cool with this. Attacking with the bird. I don't see how that makes any sense. I think I just block unless I'm missing something. I'm just going to block. I could easily die. I don't want to be ginger with my... I want to be ginger with my life total just in case. All right. Can we find a Stifle? Frog is, another thing that can block a lot of stuff. I think getting this out of play is worth it if we can find a Plow or a Prismatic Ending. I don't think any of these cards are particularly useful. However, we could go ahead and stick the Frog. And we could fetch away everything else. I'm going to go ahead and attack with both of these. No. There might be a scenario in which I'm going to die. No, I'm going to go ahead and do this. They're not blocking. Let's go ahead and get the Tundra. No. Oh no, I can't play the Frog with the Tundra. That was dumb. All right, we're going to pass. Shameful. I'll pretend I have action, but I'll just crack the clue in instep. They're 4 life. I don't know what they can do to win here, but if they have Crater Hoof, they could win. Okay, they concede. We did it, despite that little punt there at the end. It feels really good to be vindicated and to have put them in the dirt instead of us going in the dirt. I am much happier to play against this version of the deck than the Nadu version because it's so much easier to attack it. You just play Grafdigger's Cage. Grafdigger's Cage is one of the best sideboard cards in the entire format right now because it hits Mystic Forge decks. It hits Green Sun Zenith decks. And it hits Reanimator, which is the most annoying deck in the format that I don't like to face, even though sometimes it's kind of like an okay. This guy is trophies. Let's see if we can ruin their trophy run if they are living up to their name. I've played against this person. I think they're on Stiflenought, which is good for us because we are probably like the safer Stiflenought deck in the sense that they're not going to expect Stiflenought out of a black-blue deck. Because like probably 90+% of Stiflenought players are just doing straight blue-white. So I think I am going to ram out the Tamiyo, and I'm just going to make them have the plow. I got plenty of other stuff to do. I'm going to get the Underground Sea, and I'm going to Tamiyo. That way they're not going to know. This is going to throw them off the scent. They're going to immediately dismiss Stiflenought as a possible candidate. All right. And you could argue, you should hang back so you can Bowmaster, or so you can Brainstorm and clear that. Okay, this doesn't look like the mana base. Oh, green Reclaimer. Ooh, okay. Well, that is going to get plowed for sure. And we're going to just crack. I think actually I am going to Tamiyo and Brainstorm. So this means they're probably on some sort of depth strategy. I'm glad I drew that Daze. That's a nice draw. Going to go to combat. Create our clue. Opponent does not seem to have Snuff Out. Not that they could cast it with the current mana base, but sometimes I've noticed a lot of these green players playing Snuff Out. Snuff Out is not a good card. Friends don't let friends play Snuff Out. All right, not in Legacy anyway. Brainstorm here. We do have the combo. I think we're going to jam it. Yeah, so I think what we put back, Wasteland is good against them. So is Plow, though. We could just keep the Plow up. Oh, if they're on the black-green, this is the black-green fetch. If they're on black-green, like whatever it's called, Cradle Control, I'll wish I kept the second Plow. They're not likely to have any removal in their deck. So Daze is just structurally not a great card against them. We could get lucky with Daze. I want to keep the combo. We do need to go ahead and fetch. So we're going to have to fetch some stuff away. We could fetch away the Wasteland. I think that's probably okay. And then, I think I'll fetch away the, I'll fetch away Frog. I'll fetch away Daze. I'm going to fetch away the tempo cards. We're going to try to just have out quality them. Yeah. Sorry for the indecision. That took me like way longer than I wanted it to. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get the Plow here. There's an argument for keeping the Wasteland around just as a land because we do have a clue to crack. All right. We are favored. We were favored by virtue of being on the play for once. I'm sorry. I don't want to be one of the salty people. I know I'm on the play approximately 50% of the time. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's looking black-greeny. Yep, white. This will be a great target for Plow. We could even minus Tamiyo and just get the Plow right back. The other option is they don't have anything going on. They don't have anything to sacrifice. I think I'm going to Brainstorm for a land because I would like to shuffle away some of these cards. There's a land. I like this third Plow. I think it's going to be quite relevant. There's an argument for just shuffling away the Dreadnought. I don't like it. I think we put away Psychic Frog and we just win with Dreadnought. No, because if we are able to ultimate, it could be that we just are going to keep pulling Plow back and plowing their action each turn. I'll do this. Now I'm going to go fetch. I don't have to fetch, actually. I can just Plow here and then decide to keep that. Let's plus. Let's pass. So we can fetch and Plow, or we can keep the Frog up top if we want to. It'll depend on what they do here. But Yukabog does shut off the line of Tamiyoing our Plowback, but otherwise it doesn't affect our deck. That's literally all we use. That and Frog activations. I'm going to keep Frog around. They didn't do anything else this turn, which is great for us. I'm going to go upstairs with Tamiyo. So we have the option of going ahead and deploying Frog, and Frog can jump on a grenade for us. And then we have Phyrexian Dreadnought. My opponent just said something. I'm such a non-game. Okay. Okay, they conceded. Okay. I mean, such a non-game. I have no idea what WTAF stands for. It's interesting. Even the game's over. Like my frog finally went on the stack. Okay. They may have seen it. Yeah, it's in the log now. Okay, so I think they're a Green Sun Zenith deck. They might have natural order. They do have the ability to like search their deck for stuff, but I think Prismatic Ending is going to be the real card we want here. Daze is bad, especially on the draw against them. I think Stifle's quite bad. They could sack some. Well, Stifle's part of our. Stifle's going to stay in because it helps us power out the. So they didn't see the Dreadnought. So as far as they know, we're just Esper tempo. They said no -7 for ult is wild. Yeah, it's wild. I'll say that. Okay. Let's see. I think too, Grafdigger's Cage is fine. I mean, you could definitely argue bringing in the Bowmasters. However, let's pull up a Cradle control deck real quick. I don't want to be. I'm not sure what the latest Cradle control tech is. So we can go to MTG. I just go to MTG top 8. And then we can go to Cradle control, which I believe is under control. Yeah, there it is. 1% of the meta. Let's go ahead and that filthy casual. Love the name. But we can take a look at what this guy, who was in the top 128 alongside me at Eternal Champion, at Eternal Weekend Legacy Championship. And we can see that they were playing not very many 1-drops that can be poked. Actually, they did have a few. Okay. And they look, Green Sun and Natural Order. Okay. I think I made up my mind. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the other Grafdigger's Cage. I think it's worth it. Okay. Cards that are coming out. I think we could just take out Force of Will, frankly. The reasoning being that it's just not that strong against them. And I think we can bring in some of these. Yeah. So this way we're poking their lands. We're not 2-for-1ing ourselves. I think it's fine. And game 3, we may consider bringing Daze back in, but Daze has historically not been good against, Cradle decks. All right, so this is fine. It's not a spectacular hand. We might be able to cheese them. I'm not going to put this back. Psychic Frog's good. Bowmasters should be able to ping something. They could have Choke. I don't think people generally play Choke. Yeah. Green Sun is, Once Upon a Time is fine. Hierarch. Okay, pokeable. We get my poke on. Obligatory Tim and Eric reference. Sorry, I'm like talking so fast you can't even hear what I'm saying. I think we go ahead and stick this first because this is actually more important, the black. And this might bluff us having, Prismatic Ending / Plow. I'd love to stifle a fetch. They do play fetches. Sure. This is going to be Dryad Arbor. They are passing without fetching. No, you gotta attack. You gotta fetch so I can stifle. Okay. Well, I think I'm just gonna play Underground Sea and Bowmasters them. Oh, or I could keep it up and I could just go ahead and Grafdigger's Cage. I think that's actually better. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I think this shuts off enough of their lines that it's worth it. And then we will just stifle their fetch. And once we start flinging Bowmasters around, they are going to be low on mana sources. They may surveil here. You are welcome to attempt it. They're at 3 mana now. We've locked off the most powerful cards in their deck. They've got 4 Green Suns in their deck. They've got some number of natural orders. Reclaimer's fine. I can't immediately address that. They're attacking for 2 with the Exalted trigger. They are not learning their lesson. They are not fetching. All right. I think we plow here and we just hold up Bowmasters. We've almost run them out of permanents. Is it worth denying? Like, yeah, they can fetch, but we can deny them mana through Noble Hierarch. Is that better? It also denies. Yeah, I think we do this. And I'll have Stifle for later. There are things we can stifle. I think it's good to just reduce their material, though. I'm going to go after the Hierarch. That gives them additional colors. Okay, they're fetching. Let's see what they do here. Are they going to use like a Veil? Once upon a time. Okay, that's fine. They're fetching basics, which is great because they're like a 2-color deck and now they're limited to 1 color. So they got a Reclaimer. That's going to be a pain. Keep in mind that we can stifle Reclaimer activations, which is very costly for them. Okay, we got our armies. So they're not going to be attacking for a while. We'll get our Frog out eventually. I think Reclaimer is going to come down almost certainly here. They have no reason to suspect that we have a Stifle. We threw them off the scent. Okay, well, are they going to phase out one of our creatures? That doesn't matter to me. There's the Reclaimer. Please attack me. They have 2 cards in their graveyard, so Reclaimer is not quite buff. Okay, so I think what we do here, Reclaimer can't activate this turn. I think they'll probably wait till end step to activate it. I think we can Psychic Frog, and I do think that that's the right play here. Play this out. I am going to go ahead and I think this is the land to hit here. My opponent said, cool deck, it has way too much in it. Can't hack it all at all. I think I'm going to go ahead and just... Oh, they conceded. Well, they have no idea that we're a Stiflenought deck. They probably just presume we're like a Esper Tempo. But the fact that we were able to stifle them and everything, like they had... Oh, yeah, double natural order. Grafdigger's Cage. Let's endorse it. Grafdigger's Cage in the house. Round 3 coming up. We are 2-0. We haven't dropped a game. Round 3, we are against a filthy combo player. They've been playing Necro Dominance, which is freaking crazy. The other deck they've been playing is Beseech Storm. Do I want to keep a double force hand? I will. They're playing first. They kept 7. I am a madman keeping this hand, but they have historically played combo, and their combo's literally in their name. If they play Tundra, I'm going to scoop. I'm going to be so like, oh. They're going to probably presume I'm a combo player. LED is fine. They give me the willies as though they weren't going to be a combo player, but they are. All right. Well, we're going to go to discard, and they're probably going to take their sweet time because of this greedy keep, but if they were on Necrodamus, which they played before, I definitely would have preferred to have an all force hand. I think we put the Prismatic Ending in the yard. Oh, they're going to do something. We may not have to go to discard. Oh, no. We're going to go to discard. They'd be a fool to go for it. Absolute fool. No combo deck plays Prismatic Ending. They know that I'm not a combo deck and that I'm languishing here without land. There's no reason for them to cast a single spell. They should just wait and amass resources. Go ahead and tomb that Echo of Eons. Okay, they're thinking the better of it. Like, wait, I can just chill. I probably should have discarded a Brainstorm just because that would like be a card that would be in combo decks. I am crazy. Okay, there's a land. They shouldn't do anything. Don't give me the satisfaction. Here's the Thoughtseize. This shows my hand. It shows them I have literally nothing going on. It also shows them they should take their time. I'm going to force. I'm going to pitch a Brainstorm. I do not force, but like this gives away too much information. And they're just going to pass. And we're going to draw land. We're going to draw land. Don't worry. We have a 19 in 52 chance of drawing land. We got it. Boom diggity. I'm not going to discard. I'm just going to hold it. If we draw a Stifle and a land, we can still win very quickly. But the actual Phyrexian Dreadnought is pretty bad in combo matchups. Okay. They probably should safely assume that we have more interaction if we're discarding that. If they attempt to Thoughtseize again, I will let it happen. Okay, we have 18 in 51 chance of drawing a land. We're playing the bingo here, the lottery. Whatever it is the people that don't understand numbers do. Dark Ritual in my upkeep, sure. Okay, just going to let it burn off? Or you think I was going to force that? Okay. What is instant speed that they could be doing here? If you Ad Nauseam, you're crazy. You are crazy if you're going to Ad Nauseam here. There's no reason that you need to do this. You can wait. All right, well, I'm going to force it. I'm going to pitch Ponder because Brainstorm, because Tamiyo Brainstorm is a combo. Okay, that was totally unnecessary. All right, and now I think, what color do we want to cut them off? We can't cut them off any color. Actually, they have all three of their colors. I think it does make sense to waste one of these. We're not going to need all this mana. I think I'm going to go after the blue-black. Those are probably their more important colors. And now we're going to pass. I don't know how many ad nauseams they have in their deck. If they want to unmulligan me, they can do that. Okay, here we go. Is another ad nause? I mean, ad nauseum usually is just like a one of, right? Like, and they play a bunch of tutors to get it. I'll be disappointed if they're like, okay, Infernal Tutor. Okay, they're cracking here. They're probably going to go get, okay, I think they're probably going to go get, what's it called? Beseech. They got 4 mana. They can go get another ad nauseum if they want to. Show me their deck. Yeah, like this was a greedy ass keep. Like that was like, but they were on combo. The read was right, but I just Past in Flames. Okay, do they have a deterministic line? I don't think they do. Yeah, no reason to interact here. Okay, so black. They got 3 black. They can make 5 black. They can ad nauseum now. Yeah, I guess they do have a deterministic line to ad nauseum. They don't have that much mana though. But I guess once you ad nos, then you can just like LED and stuff. Yeah, okay. Well, I think we can safely F6 and just let them do what they're going to do. And if they want to see my Stiflenought, they can see it. I'm probably boarding it out. And just in favor of boarding in more interaction stuff. 5 cards. Okay, are they going to stop? What did they reveal? They revealed 10 cards. Can they kill me with these? I'm pretty sure they can. Because they have a land drop to give. They can just go Infernal Tutor and grab Tendrils and Tendrils me. I would love for them to go for to somehow kill themselves, but I don't think they're likely to do that. Yeah, note to self. Do not keep double Force of Will hands with no lands in them, even if you think your opponent is on some sort of turn 0 combo. They're not on turn 0 combo. I need to concede this. Concede. Yeah, they already saw it, though. But we were deterministically dead. They just need to... yeah, because they... wait. Yeah, they can Cabal Ritual and get tons more mana. Yeah. All right. Well, they got to see the Phyrexian Dreadnought, which is actually kind of good. Like, maybe we made it look like we were like trying to hide it. So, ad nauseum does it draw cards? You all want to hear something crazy? Ad nauseum is not a card draw. So, Bowmasters doesn't really do anything here. I do think we bring in Consigns. And I think we bring in Hydroblasts. And I think it's likely that they have interaction that's permanent based. Post board. I am going to take out the Dreadnoughts. They don't pitch to force, and I'm going to take out... I mean, we have a lot of Stifles. We can take out these Plows. So you could argue that we should have Bowmasters in as a way to end the game. Like, literally, only way we have to end the game is these 4 Psychic Frogs. And Curie. Curie is a blue card. You know, we did see red. We saw, I think, Burning Wish... some other cards that they revealed. We saw Past in Flames itself. Brushdown's not going to do anything here. It literally does nothing other than be blue. I think we're better off boarding these in just as a potential win con. We still have a ridiculously high blue count. Curie's pretty bad. I'm going to take her out. Sorry. And I'm going to put in Orcish Bowmasters number 4. Now we do have a lot of paths to potentially winning. Why am I bringing in so many Consign of Memories? It just as, you know, we only need one of them to make their... They are playing Thoughtseize, but it is something we can do to interact on the stack. So my dream hand would be Tamiyo with Force Backup, and then just start drawing clues and outdraw them. Giorgio combo. Like, way to wear it on your sleeve, man. This hand is pretty close to that dream that I said of having Tamiyo plus interaction. I think we keep. I like the Bowmasters. I don't like the Sewer, but we can just deploy it next turn. It's not that big a deal. It will be an awkward thing to return to our hand with Daze. I think we go ahead and we get our Trop here. Or Trop, sorry. We're not playing that color combination. Our Tundra, and then we're just going to go ahead and play out a Tamiyo. Right? And then... we do have Daze at the ready. It's not a lot, but I don't think their deck is that explosive that we have to worry about them turn oneing us. I think on the draw, it's... Oh, okay, great. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for. They kept. Okay. I think what we do is we just... I mean, we could ponder for a better land. I do think I'll go ahead and attack first. Create the clue. I'm going to ponder. I don't like not having any mana up, but I don't think they have any soft permission or anything to punish that. So I think we do go ahead and just use this ponder. I'm not worried about flipping her. We can worry about that later. The main thing is just stopping their initial volley. Force is great. There's a high likelihood that they take it. That's okay. I will deal with that possibility. I'm going to just keep that other card on top as a Hydroblast. And we're going to go into Bowmaster 10. Founded by the Elder Bowmaster. All right, we've got a lot of interaction up. Sure. So they do have, even though they don't draw cards off ad nauseum, they do have 4 cantrips or 8 cantrips in the deck likely. They may have some additional stuff like Preordain. This deck has fallen out of favor because Beseech is so powerful. And I do think it's probably like just wrong to play ad nauseum when Beseech is so powerful. But I've heard that like on the Storm Discords that there's still a lot of people who really enjoy playing Stiflenought. So Giorgio must be among them. I'm sorry, I said Stiflenought. I meant playing ad nauseum. So I think what we're likely to do next turn is just not do anything and just attack and pass. And then we hold up Clue Activation. We hold up Bowmasters. We hold up Hydroblast. Lots of different avenues in which we can interact. But I do think if they don't do anything, I'm probably just going to Bowmasters in step. I might be getting ahead of myself here. Okay, it looks like we've got motion. All right, and they're just getting another Surveil land, which is great. We would love to waste some of these, but we'll just have to be patient. The good news is Bowmasters does slightly reduce the number of cards they can draw. I believe the top card is a cantrip. I can't remember what it is. I'm a bad player. All right, I will happily Bowmaster any sort of cantrip they attempt just to increase the clock. Yep, that is something I will happily Bowmaster. All right. And now we have like a legit path to victory here. 3 potential force effects. They do not have green mana up to cast Veil. And I doubt green mana is even in their deck based on their fetching patterns for these past 2 games. All right, we're hitting them. Boom. 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 So next turn we're hitting for 5. Tamiyo hasn't technically done anything this game, but there is a world in which she does do a lot. If they Thoughtseize, that's going to be a serious bummer. But we can hope that they still take a turn, that it still takes them a turn to be able to kill us. There's the LED. I don't think this is the force, even though we have Daze in our hand. There's another LED. So the Dazes are not going to do anything here. If they Thoughtseize this, we're screwed. Vexing Bauble. Oh, sadly, I must force this. This just destroys our entire game. Yeah, we're pretty screwed now. I don't like this card. I don't like the situations. Like, you can be really far ahead. You can play really disciplined, and then they just drop that. I'm going to do this now because I suspect they have cards in their hand that they need to cast. Okay, they let that happen. That's good for us. And they're passing. Wow. Wow. Isn't that the soundbite that all the YouTubers use? Okay. So rather than playing a Bowmasters, I think it makes sense to hit one of these LEDs just to constrict their mana. I'm going to attack first. We still have probably 2 attacks likely before they're dead. Yeah, I think it's good to go ahead and do this. They obviously have a card in their hand they're protecting. Yeah, and you could say, oh, well, you could have just waited. And we didn't know we were going to draw that. And also, it's too dangerous to let them have the Vexing Bubble out. Duress. I think we do Daze this because they don't know what our other card is, and they're likely going to pay for it. They're just going to take the Daze. They're not going to be able to take the Bowmasters anyway. I'm fine with bouncing this land back to hand. They do pay for it. Okay, now they get nothing, but they know that we're empty. So that's scary. They can't win through like Echo of Eons type lines anymore. So I do think they're probably going to scoop here. Unless they just have like the win next turn. We're drawing wild. We could draw another Prismatic Ending, which would be nice. It's worth noting that, yeah, they can instant speed Nauseam, but they would need another mana for that. So they know about Tundra. We should just play it out. And we have nothing going on. We could draw, but what are the odds we draw something that's actually good when we have 0 mana up? I think it's correct to just maximize the damage we do. Yeah, I'm not liking where we are, but we're getting them pretty low. I'm not sure how apt they are to win from this position. Cantrips are completely shut off. Ad nauseam doesn't really do anything. They could beseech. They only have one thing to sack. We're at 18 life. They're going to need a lot of storm with 3 cards to be able to kill us. Even if they do cast Past in Flames, which is one card they could cast, they could sack Lion's Eye Diamond and flash it back for 5 mana. They don't have a ton of mana to do stuff. And actually, Past in Flames doesn't let them reuse Lotus Petal. So I think we won. They have scooped, and we're going to game 3. We are going to run back the exact deck configuration. No changes necessary. I'm pretty happy with the sideboard so far. I just kind of threw it together. It's very similar to what I'm playing in Esper Tempo, but we had plenty of stuff to bring in for the dead cards. And I do consider Phyrexian Dreadnought itself to be a pretty dead card. Like, it doesn't really make a difference. We can kill them with whatever we have on the table once we stop them. This is a Daze hand on the draw. We have double Psychic Frog. I think we can draw sideboard cards. I don't like Daze as our sole interaction. Double Stifle is certainly better. And this is basically the same hand as the previous one. We don't need more than one threat. We can just stick a Psychic Frog. I think I am going to keep this just because I don't want to go deeper. And we'll put back... I think we might put back Psychic Frog. We can't cast it yet. We have lots of opportunities to sculpt. Yeah, I like just trying to deny their mana and hope that they don't combo our faces off. This is a great start. Like, they get a Surveil, but if we just waste this... I'm not going to waste this. They kept. Interesting. Okay. I think we do have the possibility of a Surveil here. Or we can get our black source. Yeah. I think I'm just going to play this out and I'll pass. And yeah, we're giving them a turn to use this mana, but yeah, there's the fetch. That is going to get stifled. So this way we can prevent them from being able to brainstorm back cards. And then we can waste that. And then they'll be on Hellbent. And we'll have another Stifle for a subsequent fetch. These types of decks play probably like 7 or 8 fetches. And only like 5 fetchables, maybe. Okay, I'm going to go fetch. And they may be laughing like, hi, you just threw away your most powerful card against me. You could have stifled the Storm Trigger itself. I never wait that long. I don't think it's correct to like hold your stifles. We stopped. They were not able to get a perfect brainstorm. They're still stuck with whatever cruft they had in hand. Now I'm going to take this out and I'm going to stifle them again. We're just going to deny them mana. And eventually we're going to have enough mana on the table that we can resolve some KO card. This is fine. They are going to get the shuffle. They only had to draw one of the cards they put back with the brainstorm that they meant to shuffle away. Let's see whether they shuffle here. If they don't shuffle, okay, they did shuffle. I was going to say if they don't shuffle, then they really found something good because they would be drawing like a kind of like a card they put back. All right. We can go in Undercity here. I don't hate that. No, we can just brainstorm stuff back. All right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this out and we're going to chill. And now we have potential brainstorm into fetch activation and we can put these redundant lands. We're not going to need these lands ever. Like, we're going to be able to win with just 2 lands, I think. Okay, and in the end step, I am going to brainstorm. I will keep Wastelands. Prismatic Ending is not the most exciting card, but I think it's better than these lands. That is totally fine. It's odd timing for a brainstorm. All right, upkeep. I'm going to fetch. I always wait till upkeep to fetch just in case. Now we'll draw. Ponder is fine. I think Ponder might actually be worth it here. I need to keep mana up, but I might be able to find a Bowmaster. I mean, this is an answer, and Daze is not terrible. I don't want to draw that land, but I do want to draw the Psychic Frog. I'm going to go ahead and play the land out just in case we need it. And then I'm going to pass with lots of interaction up. So we do want to draw the Frog, and we're going to hope to win with Frog. It's going to take lots of turns to win, but we are going to try to win with it. I think this is a situation where we can just Daze. Deny them information. Okay, we stopped the Thoughtseize. That's a good feel. All right. Now Frog comes down. Black, blue. Let's stick it to him. Pass. I don't need to speed up the clock, but if I decide to speed up the clock, Prismatic Ending is definitely something I would consider. There's the second Thoughtseize. I think we have to let this happen. They're probably going to take one, like either Consign or, yeah, I'm just going to let it happen. Our secrets are laid bare. We're going to be fetching away the land on top. We can actually fetch Instep and get a Surveil, which I think is better. Like if they play out a fetch, then they'll probably take the Stifle instead of the Consign. But Consign is more dangerous in the sense that we can replicate. I don't think they actually have any way to interact on the stack though, so they should almost certainly take the Stifle here. They took Consign. Interesting. I don't know that I agree with that, but I don't know what's in their hand. All right, we're going to Surveil. They're still on one land. If we can find a Wasteland, we're still pretty strong. I imagine they're holding a ton of fast artifact combo or fast artifact cards. I'm glad we surveilled that away. Yeah, they don't generally, they're not going to play out anything that we can just take from them. I'm going to go ahead and attack here. We've got plenty. Maybe we should go ahead and ponder. They've used 2 of their likely 4 Thoughtseize, but they also have Duress. Some number of Duress. We get to draw here. Another Consign is good. I think I am going to go ahead and invest in a Ponder here because I would like to find a Wasteland. This is another Stifle and another Ponder. Those are great cards. They could Thoughtseize and then, yeah. A Stifle is... Ponder's not going to get cast. I'm going to assume they don't have Cabal Therapy or anything in their deck. All right, let's pass. Okay, land. Infernal Tutor. Reveal a card from your hand. Okay, go for it. What are they revealing? A Dark Ritual maybe? That's a common thing? Yeah, exactly. I predicted it. You saw that. I know my stuff. All right, they've got 7 cards in hand, so they got double Dark Rit. Do we want to go ahead and use our mana efficiently in Brainstorm here? I don't think we do. We're drawing Ponder. Yeah, we know we have a bad card that we want to shuffle away with that Ponder. So I am actually going to cast a pre-combat Ponder. And probably shuffle. Yeah, this is definitely a shuffle. We don't need a second Prismatic Ending. We probably don't even need the first. Okay, I'm going to attack. I want to find a Wasteland. Any time now, deck, if you want to give me a Wasteland. I'm not going to pitch this ending just to speed up the clock. That's not what this is about. Bowmasters is pretty good. And now we're just going to pass. Bowmasters will help us end the game a lot faster. This card is just so good against these, stack-based combo decks because they're trying to amass a critical mass of resources, and you're just drawing twice as many as them. And we can just suddenly end the game by pitching our hand. We know they are unlikely to have any interaction for Psychic Frog in their deck. A lot of times I'll pitch everything but Force Blue card, and then I'll do a bunch of damage. So I'll wait until they're within 6 of death, and then I'll start pitching cards. You can of course speed things up dramatically if you want to, but I don't think that's where we want to be. Okay, they have another Thoughtseize. A Duress this time. Oh, I think we let them have it. Yeah, because they're going to take Force anyway, and I like to keep all these cards. I would love it if they just scoop. We have so many angles covered here. They're going to have to Thoughtseize or Duress us so many times. They do know that they need to cast a Brainstorm. That's one downside of letting them Duress here. But I would hate for them to Duress and we put in Bowmasters and then they combo us when we don't have any mana. So I do think it's correct to just hold up the Bowmasters and let them get their Brainstorm around Bowmasters. But we will be casting Bowmasters this turn for sure. I'm not going to like just let it wait in our hand. We can't be that passive. I'm an extremely passive player against combo, and I play extremely carefully, but even I have to like, cast these spells at some point. Okay, and they took the force as we predicted, as was foretold. They are deliberating a lot, which I'm going to give them credit. I think people who take their time and really think, like a lot of people get annoyed, like you're taking forever. But like, I mean, this is a thinking person's game, right? All right, we're going to go ahead and pop this into play, and this is their chance to brainstorm. They don't have a brainstorm. Okay, well, we're going to be hitting them for a little bit more next turn for 3 instead of 1. Island is a bad card to draw. I could go ahead and brainstorm, and I'd still love to hit a Wasteland. Is it risky to do this? I'm going to just attack, and then I'll get to look at more cards. The extra damage is not a big deal. Okay, Hydroblast is a good card. It would be great if I could put this island away forever. These are insane. Yeah, I think we may actually play out the island now. I've got so much gas, it's not even funny. Yeah, I think we actually do play out the island here, just so we have even more covered. We don't really need another Bowmasters. It would be nice to speed up the clock, but I don't think it's necessary. I'd much rather have lots of mana. I will be stunned, floored if we lose this game. I will go and clinic the hell out of this game if I can lose from here. It's like that would be a fundamental change to my understanding of this matchup. Okay, they're making the move. Maybe they're just doing that so they can pass again. They're not dead on board. Let's see. They're not yet. No. There's probably another Thoughtseize or another Duress. Or this could be the Dark Ritual. We do know they have double Dark Ritual. They could be going for it. Okay, they do have Thoughtseize. They're going to Thoughtseize this. That's fine. I'm going to let this resolve. I'm going to let them take 2 here. And then they're not dead on board, but let's see. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think they're actually dead on board now. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We draw a card. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're not dead. We can ping them with the Bowmaster. That actually doesn't matter. That's just like discarding a card. So I think they are going to get another turn unless they do more damage to themselves. One thing I'll say is once I get into the creator program, if you haven't subscribed yet, you aren't going to have to look at the modern frame on these. I'm going to be playing all retro border, everything basically. It's just that the retro border Force of Will is really expensive. And so our like retro border, pretty much everything is expensive. So I was actually wrong. I just figured out Bowmasters does give us the last damage that we need to kill them next turn if they're at 9 life. I will wait for them to tap out though. I think it's probably safer to not go for it here. Okay, they're moving. 1 Dark Ritual. Ha ha ha. All right, we got a reader. Demonic Council. Search your library for a demon card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle. If there are 4 more types and 1 card in your graveyard, instead search your library for any card, put it in your hand. Okay, this is the new Demonic Tutor card. That's fine. We're going to let that go. They know that we're going to let that go. Storm is 2 or 3, I believe. LED, this is a trap. We don't counter this. Mana is not the issue. Being able to stifle or consign the final storm trigger is the issue. 3 cards in hand. If they go for an ad nauseum line here, it's going to be rough. Infernal Tutor. Looks like they're going to crack here. Okay, so their last card, or last Past in Flames. I'm just going to stifle whatever they do here. I guess I don't see what they're going to do here. They can get any card. They can ad nos, but it's not going to be good. They reveal Tendrils. Okay, they're casting ad nauseum. They're going to need to find a whole lot of free mana. They got an LED. Okay. Going to 6, 5. So they have Tendrils in hand. They can't use it though because it's in hand, and they're going to need mana from the LED that they ripped. They are going. Are they still going? 3? Okay. Okay. They are spinning the dice. 2 life. 2 life. 1 life. Chain of Vapor is a good card. I can't imagine they keep going at 1. That's got to be insane. Getting 17 cards. They're definitely dead. I'm definitely going to Hydroblast and Consign. They ripped a Thoughtseize that they can't cast. They did not. Oh, they ripped a Durus that they can cast. They need black mana though. So they can LED, pedal. Then they could cast Past in Flames, which cost 5 to flashback, and then they won't have any mana to get the Dark Ritual chain going. They have Dark Ritual that they can get off LED or off of pedal. So here's the pedal. I could have consigned that, but they have a second one. I'm just gonna let that go. They have Lethal Storm. Okay, LED. They've not shown me anything that stops me from just stifling the trigger. Dark Ritual, 12 Storm. Cabal Ritual, okay, more mana. I'm not even keeping track of all the different things. There's going to probably be a Durus here in a second. Did they play a land for turn already? They may not have played land for turn. Cabal Ritual, I think they probably cast the Dark Rituals. See, yeah, all 4 Dark Rituals in the graveyard. There's the Durus. That's fine. You can take one of our many redundant effects. Hydroblast, okay. I'm in a lot of suspense here. How are they going to do this? How are they going to thread this needle? I think it's probably like deterministic. Well, they have Brainstorm. So it's not like we know exactly what cards they have, but if they Brainstorm, they're dead. If they Ponder, they're dead. So they've used the Durus now. I don't think they have a line out. This is on that. Okay, so I can just recast this. There's no point in returning any of their stuff. I'm just going to let this happen. I'm not going to sacrifice the land. Brainstorm. I think this is a trap. Because if we play it out, we may not have mana. But how are they going to kill me at instant speed? I can just ping them right now. I'm going to go for it. I think I'm overthinking it. This is death for them. Do they have some instant speed way to win? I think actually Chain of Vaporing that was a horrible play because now they're dead before the Brainstorm even resolves. So yeah, that was a bad play on their part. All right, we got it. 3-0. Let's go to round 4. Round 4, we are up against a likely player of Mystic Forge. So is this good enough? So we meet again, they say. Good, indeed. Good luck, have fun. I think we shuffle this because Plow is pretty terrible. It's basically like a free mulligan. We don't need this many land. They don't do anything to our mana. I like this better. I'm going to put back the Plow. They're unlikely to interact with our Tamiyo. It could be that Plow is actually good if they do have an explosive start. I think we can put back the redundant Tamiyo. Stifle's pretty terrible. Like, Stifle is definitely going to be swapped out. Monolith. They have a key. There it is. I'm glad I kept my Plow now. Yep, they're going to hit us once, but what can we do? Don't have more. Don't have more. Okay, they're passing. Thank goodness. All right, they already have a lot of stuff going on. Oh, we drew the combo. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this now, and then next turn, I'm just going to combo them. And K-Command can get rid of Phyrexian Dreadnought, as we discovered, which is a serious bummer, but we're going to try. So I'm glad I didn't put back the Plow there. That would have been pretty disgusting for me, or that would have been pretty disappointing for me. Okay, this is Karn. That's fine. They're going to lattice me? What are they going to do? Blow up my lands? So one thing to note about Karn is they just grab the whatever it's called, and we can never attack them. Ensnaring Bridge. So we are going to need to probably Liquid Metal Coating, okay. And they do have the mana to both grab Ensnaring Bridge and play it, unfortunately. And we have a single Prismatic Ending in our 75. Does it make more sense to just Tamiyo and Flipper? We have land. If they spend time blowing up our lands, that's time we can also use Tamiyo. Oh, man. I'm just deathly afraid that they're going to go ahead and grab that. And then, I mean, it does buy us a time to find, let's see, how far are they off of Mystic Forge too? They've got 3 cards in hand. I like the Tamiyo approach because we might be able to find, we might be able to find maybe I should have Brainstorm first, just in case I found a Wasteland. That was a misplay. Oh no, I missed sequence. I should have done the Tamiyo first. Okay, so Frog is good. Frog can kill Karn. I think we put the Ponder back in one of the Stifles. No, I'm going to put the Dreadnought back. I just don't think it's the plan for this game. Unfortunately, we can't even crack the clues that come out of Tamiyo, which make it pretty bad. Do we want to be able to stifle them blowing up our land? I'm not sure how to approach this. I think what we want to do is we want to get Psychic Frog on the table. Good. Yes, indeed. Okay, so I'm still thinking we get on the Frog train next turn. Tamiyo just doesn't do anything in the face of Karn. Like, minusing to get back a Brainstorm is not exciting. It's not worth the investment. We don't want those cards on top. I think I'm just going to go ahead and Ponder again. Try to find a force. They can cut us off a color, but we don't really care about color. We do, because we want to cast Psychic Frog. These are a shuffle. Easy shuffle. Okay, we didn't hit anything, but we could have. We had lots of looks to hit something, so I don't regret our sequence of plays there. I think flipping Tamiyo would be unnecessary and not like super good. It is like an alternative win con if they get the Lattice or if they get something. Well, actually, we can't activate her with Lattice out. Okay, so they're 1 mana away from latticing us, which will be I think they're going to lattice us. Yeah, I'm just going to scoop. Yep, that was a very quick game. Stifle is not a good card in this matchup. There was like 0. Well, I mean, we could have stifled the Karn activation, but like, do you really want to just sit around and like stifle Karn activations? We need to be moving our game plan forward. Okay. Mystic Forge is a card in their deck. They only play like 2 of them. It might be worth playing that. Orcish Bowmasters definitely come in. Consigns definitely come in. Stifles come out. I mean, this is definitely a matchup where we might want to just take out the Dreadnoughts as well. But Dress Down is good against them. We've got 68 cards. So we take out the Stifles. I think we take out the Dazes, but Daze is not as bad. Oh, wait, we're going to take out the Plows. So the only cards worth plowing is the one that I plowed there, and you can also hit it with Prismatic Ending. And you can potentially kill it when they attack with the Bowmasters. There are lots of ways of getting rid of it. So 64 cards. If we don't play Cage, I think Cage is a trap. They play 2 of them, and we can just counter it on the way down. Then we just need to cut 2 things. I don't want to cut Curie. I think she's actually really ridiculously good, because if you think about it, like, she can attack with 1 into a bridge, and then she can exile the Dreadnought. But the Dreadnought has to be stable. It can't be like sacrifice trigger on the stack for you to be able to do that. Maybe a second Daze. Maybe we cut the island. That is going low on lands. There's no one card that jumps out at me as not being very useful here. I mean, Tamiyo wasn't particularly useful there. Maybe we could cut her. Yeah, I think cutting Tamiyo is totally fine in light of them having... in fact, if I hadn't submitted, I would probably go ahead and put Cage in place of Tamiyo. The fact that Karn shuts off her clues really does make her pretty weak. And the fact that she applies 0 pressure. And her ultimate also gets shut down by Karn Lattice. And they have... Well, yeah. Okay, this is not the combo. But this is a good hand. I think we Tundra, we Ponder... try to find land number 2, and then maybe we find the combo too. one way we win is just by being quick, goldfishing them. They are unlikely to be able to deal with our Dreadnought, even though they do have 4 Kozilek's command. I'm just gonna Tundra into Ponder. I already talked myself into it. The other alternative is, I think Tundra is going to be more useful than Bowmasters. Bowmasters is good, don't get me wrong, but we're going to miss not having white for Prismatic Ending. This is great. This is pretty insane. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't really do anything proactive here, but I think we're not going to shuffle this away for sure. I think we put Consign on the bottom and we hold Force. And then next turn we draw Wasteland. But we are kind of treading water here. And it's an unfavorable trade if we force something. I'd love to see like a Vexing Bauble or something that we can exile here. Grim Monolith is fine. I'm not going to stop that. You often do want to go after their keys. The monoliths because they have keys. Vexing Bauble is going to get ended. They do have the key. That's unfortunate. I can go after the key with Prismatic Ending, but then I can't hit the bauble. All right, they've got more mana. 3 mana. Another monolith. So I'm glad that I didn't counter another key. Okay. I'm pretty sure we need to go after Vexing Bauble here. More mana. They've got 5 mana now. This is just insane. This is an insane turn 1. Look at this. This is turn 1. Look at how much mana they have paid. 5 mana. K command. Creating some tokens. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's not the worst. They get to their target player. They're scrying, so they can set up their next few draws. So I think what I'm going to do here, they have the initial mana and the Eldrazi spawn, so it's not good to waste them here. Oh man, this sucks. What are we going to do here? I'm really not sure what we're going to do here. By the way, this is like the band here, like 61% Eternal Weekend Wind. If you like somehow like missed this deck, this is the deck to beat now. There's a chance that we brainstorm into something, but that cuts us off our, hitting Vexing Bauble. They have a lot of mana, but like they only have 2 cards in hand. But they did stack. Let's see, 2 top, 1 bottom, so that we know they have gas coming. The question is, are we okay? I don't think wasting this does anything. Look, they've got, they can sack a spawn, they can untap, and then they can just get the whole chain and do a ton of stuff. So I don't think wasting is correct. It is extra mana. Yes, we'd be cutting them off of that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hope to hit a land, and then I can at least get a land drop that's not just Wasteland, which does nothing. Yeah, and I get 4 looks at a land. 4 looks at a fetch. We know, okay, yeah, this is good. So Daze is a bad card. Consign is a good card, but it's not worth keeping it around. Actually, it is an answer. Oh, we can't get both of these. Yeah, we have to take the Tarn here. And I do believe we have to get Tundra and we have to end the bubble. Not happy about this. I have to be able to counter the One Ring though. Like that has to be done. They can sack to draw. Yep, nothing I can do about that. That card is broken. All right. Let's pass and see if we're dead. Okay, Urza Saga is fine. I've got a Wasteland for that, and I will be using the Wasteland for that. Okay, and they're just passing. That's freaking great for us. Yeah, it's so good. Oh, no, they're not passing. They're playing yet another key. So now each key represents 2 additional mana. All right, we're drawing wild. We may be able to ignore Urza Saga. It'll get a Vexing Bauble. I'm going to go and ponder and see what we draw first. Okay, Prismatic Ending is not good enough anymore. Psychic Frog's not good enough anymore. Any order shuffle. We do want to get the combo with Dreadnought. That's an unfortunate draw. I think I'm just going to hit the Saga here, and we're going to pass back. Yep. We're just going to chill and hope that we find something good off the top of our deck. I definitely don't want to have to force pitching Brainstorm, but I will if it comes down to it. Okay, they're just untapping some stuff. That's fine. Got a lot of scary mana. Yep, you got a lot of mana. Yeah, and you might be thinking, shouldn't you have stopped the first Grim Monolith in the chain? But I don't think that would have mattered. There's Urza's Workshop. Okay, they're creating more mana. If they create like a giant Kozilek's command, I will force it. I have to force this, unfortunately. You don't let them get away with this when they have that many keys out. So we have to hope that one of their cards is a dud, but they did top 2 cards. All right, so now our hand is blank cardboard. We need to draw a land. Tamiyo's not blank, but she's pretty terrible for the reasons that I described. Like, I seriously think we should have boarded her out. Okay, we have nothing going on. We are at the mercy. They can draw a giant K command, get rid of her, and stack their decks. And if they do, I'll probably just concede. They are tapping, so we can assume they have something to do here. Oh, a Karn. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They're probably going to get the thing that blows up my lands. They can cast it. Wow, they had a Urza Saga too, so that's another 3 mana. No, wait, it's not 3 mana. This is 2 mana. And that's 1 mana. Microsynth Lattice. Did we lose? I think we just lost. Yeah, I'm going to concede. Yep, not very fun. I'll say that much. There may have been some misplays on my side of the table, both game 1 and game 2. I feel like I had to counter the ring, and then I had to counter Karn, and I had to, get rid of the Vexing Bubble. So the trophy run is dead. We were 3-1, but we were going to try to rally and get another 4-1. See you in round 5. I'll make some quick observations while we're here, waiting for the next round of queue. So immediately before this, earlier in the day, I played the blue-black version, and I definitely feel the Esper version has been stronger, at least in these combo matchups. It is nice to have access to Prismatic Ending, and it's nice to be able to... We haven't really seen any situations where we're punished for having Tundra in our deck. We also haven't really seen any situations where we're rewarded for having Plow in our deck. Actually, that may not be true, because we did get rid of Fleshraker, and we would have had to have a fetch to be able to get rid of it. Because normally it's a 3-drop, and I think we were able to get rid of it like immediately using, I can't remember if the situation, but that is something that comes up occasionally, the fact that you need to like get Revolt to be able to push a 3-drop. Okay, we're up against known degenerate Dredge player. Sorry, degenerate, I just say like unfair player, Mahfouz Van Gogh. We have a Force of Will, Phyrexian Dreadnought, Plow Hand. I think we can keep this, and we can start with Undercity Sewer, and we can hope to combo them. If we combo them and if we're fast enough, that's pretty good. And I don't think that our hands are going to get a lot better than this. I'm going to keep this. So he's a Dredge player. He only plays Dredge to my knowledge. I've never seen him play anything else. I've played against him a lot of times. He has a channel. It's quite good. And again, I apologize for calling him degenerate, but like I use that word sometimes to describe like completely unfair strategies that operate on a different axis like Storm. Or Oops and Necro Dominance and things like that. Any like super unfair. I mean, you could almost qualify Dredge. Certainly compared to a lot of decks in the format, it looks like it's kind of a fair one. I'm going to spook his ass. There we go. What's that Phyrexian Dreadnought doing in the yard, huh? You scared yet? So this is a force. You don't let them resolve cards that put cards into their graveyard. They may follow up with a Lion's Eye Diamond. That is par for the course. We have to stop the enablers. Down to 5, which means natural draw. A natural discard is at least 2 turns away. And we drew our combo. This is where if I had that button, I'd hit a combo breaker. Sometimes to beat the combo, you need to be the combo. This may not win us the game, crazily enough. They may be able to get out of this. We'll see. All right. I like having the Plow up. Just in case they get some sort of big threat in play. I'm not sure what they can do here. So they are paying mana, which gives me... I'm not sure what they would be paying mana for. Another Faithless Looting. Okay. So they have an extremely explosive deck, and they are extremely adept at playing it. So they did discard 2 Dredgers. So if they can start dredging, they can definitely get out of this. They do have follow-up mana. Okay, cool. I think we're going to get 1 crack in. That's good. I'm going to ponder because I would like to find a Wasteland. What else would I like to find? There's a Wasteland. Stifle. You can't Stifle Dredge. I think cutting them off black might do something here, though. Brainstorm is good in the... Well, no, because we're just like moving cards around. I think I'm going to just leave the Brainstorm on top, and I'm going to waste them this turn. This will, like if they have another land, this will keep them off flashing back Faithless Looting. There is the possibility that they drop Stifle Coliseum after they've dredged, but I won't have a window in which to go after it. I'm just going to go ahead and hit this. Yeah, that could be a mistake. All right. My thinking is they need red mana to flashback Faithless Looting. All right, let's see how dead we are. Double Narcomoeba. We can deal with that. Satoru is quite good. Poxwalkers, they have a bridge from below. I don't think they're going to be able to absorb enough damage. They don't have a card that puts that they can cast from their graveyard currently. There's the Colosseum. I think we have to hit the Poxwalkers with some sort of ability on the stack. I mean, they could put in enough. Okay, there's another Narco. They do have Dread Return. If we plow here, it does stop them from being able to Dread Return because they won't have 3 creatures. I think we have to plow here. After we're waiting for them to discard. Okay, so they discard Ox. They don't have the mana for the. Okay, let's take a look at what they can do here. So they can Dread Return if they have a 3rd creature, which we're not going to give them. They don't have the mana for Ox. Plowing just puts enough, gives them some life, but they're not going to be able to absorb 12. They're going to go to 9, but they're only going to have 2 blockers. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plow here. Now they get the Narcomoeba. I don't think they can cast Dread Return. I don't see a Cabal Therapy or anything. We win! Okay, so that was actually a crucial play, plowing there. Because what they would have done is they would have Dread Returned, they would have gotten a ton of zombies, and then we would no longer die the next turn. They would have potentially gotten Satoru back, they would have gotten Poxwalkers. Satoru draws them a card which lets them, dredge. So we needed that plow very badly. And I'm proud of myself for identifying that as the card that we needed. Now this is not GG against them. They can still win, but it is pretty strong. The other card that I think is probably worth bringing in here, Hydroblast, is good. It's not terrible. I think our spot removal is terrible. I'm just going to take it out. Prismatic Ending's terrible. Bowmasters kills itself, which interestingly is quite good against them because you can exile the bridges. Dress Down, not terrible. Daze is practically Force of Will. They play so few ways to stop you. I think Tamiyo is just too slow, is my instinct here. Maybe we take her out, and now we've got a lower blue count for sure, but it's still, I think, high enough. And I think we're going to try to kill them as quickly as possible. And we still have all 8 of our enablers for Dreadnought. So that one was us on the play. I think if we were on the draw, we would have lost for sure. Pretty important that we were on the play here. This is another no-lander. I'm sorry, but I don't care how unfair a deck is. After what happened earlier, just embarrassing, losing after keeping double force against a combo deck, I think that would be a mistake. This has the combo. This has Grafdigger's Cage. This is insane hand. So what we do, turn 1, we go fetch. We put the Grafdigger's Cage in, and then as soon as we get a second land, we can do the combo. I'm going to put Bowmaster back. We shouldn't need Bowmaster where we're going. They kept 7. Scary. I will force pitching Daze. This is a card that you force pitching Daze. You don't mess around with LED or any enabler for that matter. They do have looting, so they are going to be able to put stuff in their yard. Yep, they can't cast spells from their graveyard, but they can get back stuff. Wait, creatures can't enter. I'm not sure if this shuts them down. We'll see. We're going to see together how powerful this card is. I've never played it against them. We did draw our second land. I think it's safest to just go ahead and play the island. Just heaven forbid they have a wasteland or something. This is our only basic. Boom. Next turn, Stiflenought. I don't believe they have any way of dealing with Stiflenought. They could. They are dredging. They have Otherworldly Gaze, which they can't cast from their graveyard. They can't cast Faithless Looting. They can break through and do other things to fill up their graveyard, but I'm just not sure if they can win. They could have a Braid. Shenanigans. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty damn good card. All right. Well, they came prepared. They dredged. one. Oh, they can dredge and return it. Okay, that's what dredge does. Okay, you'd figure I'd know that after like, 15 years of dredge being a thing. All right. So what we're going to do here, I'm just going to go ahead and fetch. I'm just going to get a Tundra here. So we have a follow-up land. Tundra. All right. My wife just informed me that she is heating up the pho that we brought home. So I'm stoked. Going to eat that with my kids. But first, I need to go eat that pho as a victor and not as a deflated person who lost to Dredge. Most people lose to Dredge. Dredge is a very strong archetype, but it's just there are some really strong hate cards for it. So now, I think we're probably dead. Oh yeah, they can just kill our artifact again. That's how that works. Okay, bridge is at least exiled. Okay, there wasn't anything else we could have done. Really? Okay, and they're going to fill their graveyard. We won't concede yet. I just want to show you how their deck works and see if we can identify some weakness. Shenanigans, obviously, the nuts against us, like killing our win cons, killing our lock pieces. Yeah, it's a very good card against us. I mean, how many? We're going to see as they dredge their deck how many shenanigans they play. That's going to be an important thing. If they only play like one or two, then I'm not going to board out my combo, but I might board it out if they're playing like 3 or 4 of them. So I'm just going to wait, and they probably will actually put their entire graveyard in exile. We can see here. Yep, this game is over. I'm trying to think of, like, they can just dredge shenanigans back on top if we, well, what could we find here that could do anything? Maybe a Bowmasters wouldn't be the worst. Let's see how many. So we're taking 3 immediately. Oh, because they have anger. They do control a mountain, so their creatures have haste. Yeah, we're going to see the full brutality on display. Another Dreadnought. I'm just going to play this. They've already seen it. I'll play it out, and I'll pass. And then I'm just going to F6. Maybe they may not show us their whole deck. The fact that they have a shatter effect with Dredge is crazy. Like, you learn something new every day. I love Oh, I guess that's just a candle. I was like, a dynamite. Does dynamite qualify as shenanigans? That seems a little bit more, stepping it up. But no, it's just, I believe it's just a candle being shattered. Faithless Looting's got great art. There is a very bad art version of Faithless Looting with the crazy nips. Yeah, you can't unsee it. I'm glad that Mafuz is not subjecting us to that. Okay. Now they are fully going after us. I still see only one shenanigans. We have plenty of time on the clock. I'm just like observing their deck. All right. They didn't dredge shenanigans, did they? They just had the one. Okay, another Cabal Therapy. They're going to be able to kill us here, I think. We have 15 life. They have plenty of attackers here. They don't even bother naming the card we have in hand because it's such a threat. Oh, they're hitting themselves. Okay, they have Troll. So they only have one. They're only revealing one shenanigans. They may bring more in, but like the fact that we killed them with Phyrexian Dreadnought, like I would think they would bring all their shenanigans in. Yeah, so we're gonna get to see more of their deck. Are they gonna dredge? Yeah, I think we're dead. I don't think they're gonna show us any more of their deck. Like, they shouldn't show us more of their deck. They don't need to. They've got. Let's just take this hit and see how much they hit us for here. We're gonna go like -50 or something. Okay, interesting. They didn't even show the life change update. Oh, there it is. -18. Yep. They got us. All right. So, do we want to change anything in light? I don't think Plow comes back in. It's just spot removal is terrible. I didn't see any artifacts or enchantments or anything that we could hit with PE. I think we're probably going to just try this, and we're on the play, so there is that. I'm not going to take out Phyrexian Dreadnought. I think it is a good way to potentially win. Shenanigans can blow up Curie. Unfortunately, she is an artifact creature. I guess I'm going to run it back. All right, final game of the league against the legendary Mafuz Van Gogh. We've got a hand that doesn't really do anything. Like, it stops their first volley. Actually, I think this is okay because it's got 2 points of interaction. I don't think Stifle's particularly good. We can't grab a Surveillant, unfortunately. But I like the fact that we can potentially stifle something like later, and that we have 2 different things. Like, Daze is basically Force of Will against their deck. They're pretty mana light. I'm tempted to keep this, but we can be aggressive. Let's mull. I think we're going to get rewarded. Believe. You got to believe. This is slightly better. I'm going to put back the Undercity. They are mulling as well. So the good thing is Curie, if she connects, is pretty good. We can hold her and we can believe that we're going to draw a Dreadnought. Mulling to 5. I can fetch the Surveil land if they don't do anything here, but I'm almost certain they're going to put something on the stack. Yeah, I don't want to hold up. Like if for some reason they don't do anything. When have they never done something on turn 1 though? I don't think I ever recall them ever not doing something on turn 1. I'm going to do this. We've got Faithless Looting covered. We've got a lot of stuff covered. We don't have land into... Oh, this is the rare turn where they don't do anything. Interesting. Well, this is a good card. I would love to find a Wasteland because that would be just the nuts here. Otherworldly Gaze. They have the ability to flash this back. I mean, I go after the Enabler. I think I'm going to do this. I hate to do this. It feels bad, but I think it is correct. If they don't have a second land, we're okay. Yeah, you always go after the Enablers. And yes, they can just flash it back. Oh, they can flash it back to no avail. I am going to fetch my Surveil land here, and I'm just going to force when they flash it back. I will pitch Curie. Frog is better. No, the upside on Curie is too high. The upside on Curie is too high, but she doesn't have any form of evasion. I still think we probably stick with Curie here. Gosh, this is a tough one. We have to pitch one of them. I don't want to pitch Hydro. Okay. Otherworldly, they're not flashing back. They're so disciplined here, by the way. Like, this player is really, really freaking good. To be able to win with a deck like this, you have to be really good. They don't... When they do this, it's going to get out of the graveyard, which is getting a little bit farther from being able to threshold Cephalid Coliseum. Yeah, and I'm just going to not mess around. I am going to pitch... I think it's got to be Psychic Frog, because Curie just... Yeah, I think the upside for Curie. I want to draw a 12. Wouldn't that be an amazing way to round out the evening if we were able to draw a 12? Let's find that Phyrexian Dreadnought. That is going in the yard. Give me Phyrexian Dreadnought. I want to draw a 12. This is insane. I think we have to take a turn off to just get that out of play. We have Hydro up if they do have a red spell. I am worried that we're like taking too much time, but they're drawing one card like we are. They don't have their engine on. Okay, no instant speed action. It is scary, but I do think we stick Curie here. Yeah, I'm going to just stick Curie and hope that like they're in the waiting room. They could have the Shenanigans card and kill her. That's one reason to keep Frog, actually. I probably should have kept Frog. I just wanted to do the thing, you know? If we get to do the thing, it'll all be worth it. They play a lot of mana in their deck. So I expect a Shenanigans anytime now. That's an insane rip. If I can find it, I'm going to do it. Let's go. Find me. Show me the Dreadnought. This is awesome. Okay, you're about to see the sheer... Oh, no, wait. We don't have enough mana. Okay, never mind. We don't have enough mana because we need to put the Dreadnought in play and then activate. So sadly, we're not going to be able to do that this turn. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to drop the Cage and I'll just attack and draw. Actually, yeah, I can draw 2 cards. Would hate for them to take that out of my hand. I'll take that. All right, yeah, we are going to leave it there. We are going to eventually be able to do it, but we need a 3rd mana. I'm going to go ahead and attack first. And then we're going to drop the Cage, and I think we're locking them up pretty well here. Putting them in the cage. If I can draw 12 cards, it doesn't matter how many Shenanigans they do. They're not going to win. And by Shenanigans, I mean like casting Shenanigans and also the normal Dredge Shenanigans. There's the LED. We can't stop this. We can stop subsequent cards, but we can't stop this. Okay. Can we draw a land? Land. I wish I could do it. I really wish I could do it pre-combat, but it's going to be a next turn thing. We're going to hit. We're going to draw a card. Lots of anti-red stuff held up. Draw a land, please. It's a land. We're not going to do... I mean, we should wait and do it next turn. Next turn, we want to hold up these Hydroblasts. It's greedy for us to do it. And also, if they may not prioritize blowing this up. They may blow this up. But once they see that we have a 12-12 Trampler that draws 12 cards, they're going to have no choice. We're going to do the freaking thing. We're going to do it. I am a Timmy. Hear me roar. They're passing. No play. All right. I was going to say another land would be insane here. We have 12-12. They scooped. They didn't let us do it. They didn't let us attack and draw 12. We beat them. They say GG's. Oh, man. I should have told them, like, please let me do it. Like, sometimes if I'm going to do a Timmy thing, like I'll say. But just imagine, just extrapolate out that game. What would happen if we were to have swung in with our glorious Phyrexian Dreadnought and, just boom, drawn 12 cards. So that is another 4-1. Losing only to Lawlerstank, who's got my number. My goodness, have I ever beaten them? I don't think so. Lawlerstank, GG's, Mafuz, Van Gogh, great games. Giorgio, if you're like trophies, I guess I'll just shout out Gabriel Gruber as well. I'm very happy to have beaten 5 combo decks? Were any of these non-combo decks? I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Because this might be the best deck to play in leagues. This is just insane against combo. And combo is everywhere. And okay, what were they on? Yep, they were on combo. Okay, that was the elf combo. I'm gonna go add it to my little thing. Here we go. We're our glorious VP. Okay, let's go ahead and here's the description. So verse L, Nadu. I call it like Cradle Nadu. And then let's see who we went up against in the second round. Well, maybe I'll start doing this. Maybe this will be a regular fixture. You can watch me as I bash my chest and be very happy about having 4-1. The trophy is still elusive as long as Vexing Bauble is on the take, or not on the take. That means taking bribery. On the run, on the wind. I don't know. I'm trying to use my words here. I've been recording all day. Let's go to game history here, and let's go down here. You can see my constructed rating is 17. It's not super high. I've taken a lot of L's. Just experimenting with other decks that are not very good, like the Kaito deck, if you watch those videos. And then, okay, so I'll just Dredge. And then I think one of these was Storm. Was that round 4? And then we lost. No, wait. Storm was round 3. And then this was Karnforge. And then we played, I think it was a combo deck. What was round 2? Against trophies. Oh, this was Cradle Control, I believe. Unless I'm losing the chronology of my day. This does tend to blend together. Cradle Control is a cool deck. Respect. Menguchi is a lover of Cradle Control, but he has betrayed his love. Andrea Menguchi, the pro player, who also plays a lot of Legacy and is a fan of the channel and has played my decks on his channel. Check out his channel if you want to follow somebody who's got 50,000 subscribers instead of 1,000, or not even 1,000. Okay, but yeah. Cradle Control. Got to pick me up some cradles for $1,000. Just for fun. Let's see how much Cradle costs. Cradle of, what is it called? Guy's Cradle. Not Cradle of Filth. I'm thinking of the band. Okay, Guy's Cradle. You can pick one up for $600 if it's super damaged. Let's see if what the non-damaged ones. Moderately played. I mean, moderately played means heavily played, basically. Lightly played, $800, right? Yeah. So we could actually check eBay, but let's check the foil version. So I know a guy who has I was like, that's a beautiful foil. Wow. Did you have all 4 of them? And they said, I kid you not, they didn't skip a beat. They just said, I have 11. 11 Judge foil Gaia cradles. Let's see. Let's go to eBay. eBay is a better source for actual prices. And you can see I don't know why it's recommending me the cookware and stuff, but I did buy some dreadnoughts off eBay. Shout out to eBay. It is still a good place to find deals occasionally. And I have gotten counterfeit cards through eBay and they have refunded the money. So just be on the lookout for counterfeits occasionally. But let's go ahead and type in Guy's Cradle and not waste any more of your time. Foil. And then what you want to do is, yeah, of course, there's like $3,000, but like realistically, it's not $3,000. I think it's like $1,000. Let's go ahead and go to sold. You can choose sold, and this is the best way to figure out a price. It's like people have actually paid this much money. Okay, so we can see that somebody paid $1,700 for a foil Guy's Cradle like today. Here's one that was sold for $1,500. We don't know the best offer accepted, but they're $1,800, $1,700. Yeah, this guy had 11 of these. 11. That's the same number as Russia has time zones. Okay, so let's go over here and let's just take one more look at this glorious deck. I'm going to be playing a lot of this because people won't stop playing combo. I'm sorry. I'm trying to play a fair game here and nobody will play it. So I have to be able to punish them. And at the same time, I have to be able to punish the Eldrazi players and the Initiative players and the Moonstompy players. And like you saw, this video is significantly shorter than most of my videos, right? And the other Dreadnought videos are all like an hour shorter than the control decks. And I'm still making a whole lot of decisions and stuff like that. It's just that I'm winning. So I will be playing a lot more Dreadnought on the channel. If you like Phyrexian Dreadnought, please leave a comment. Just shout Dreadnought, smash, or whatever. You know, just put smash, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, whatever it is you want. And that will tell me that, like, okay, I should be playing more Dreadnought. Because it's hard for me to know whether you all are just tuning in for the Esper Vial or the Esper Tempo or the Esper Dreadnought or, you know, the Esper, like, there are so many other Esper decks that I would love to play, but very few of them are competitively viable like Esper Dreadnought is. So until next time, be excellent to each other and party on.